Let's see what else we got on the timeline this morning. Oh, okay. Things men care about in women: youth, physical attractiveness, not fat. If a girl brings that to the table, she can pretty much name her price. You know, she doesn't have to be perfect. Again, she doesn't have to be real thin. She just shouldn't be overweight. And the younger the guys are, the more strict they are about this. And there's been some research into why that is. And that it makes sense that a 20-year-old guy would be more fastidious or, I want a girl that's underweight or a girl that's at weight, as opposed to a guy who's like 45 or 50. She doesn't have to be as on. And the reason being that with each child, there's an understanding that the weight kind of bumps up like 5 pounds or 3 pounds or 5 pounds or 10 pounds. And I think, and they did research on this, that the younger guys, are hedging their bets. And so if they start underweight, they're going to hit just right once they've had 2 or 3 kids. So it's not your imagination. It's not just a personal preference. It's hardwired. Things men do not care about in women: college degrees, high school diplomas, what she does for a living, career, well-traveled, number of languages she speaks, owns a house. You see this in a lot of profiles. I own my own house. Make your own money, political opinions, any opinions, intelligence. Okay. And why is that? I'll tell you. Everything that women project, women in their head, this is an example, and they do it on the ground in person, but you'll see it in black and white in like online profiles. They'll say, I have a great career, I'm well-traveled, I have an advanced degree, and I own my own house. And that's projection. That's what they're looking for. It's kind of like they say, if you hang out with a girl long enough, she'll tell you all about herself. She will reveal herself. Women and men do it to a certain extent too. But in profiles, what they're looking for or who they make themselves out to be the longer they're single is the man that they are seeking. They're looking for a guy who's successful with his career, that's well-traveled. Because we know travel is not a good thing for women. We know that advanced degrees don't really raise their value. All these kinds of weird things that to us, we know, but to them, it's what they're looking for. They're looking for a guy that owns his own home. And the reason for that is because it goes boyfriend, engagement, wedding, house, babies. So if a girl's running behind, she's 32, she needs a house, which is why you start seeing girls buying houses by themselves in their early 30s. It skips that part and then goes straight from wedding to babies. And that's one thing why they're asking for houses. And then if you're looking at like political opinions and any opinions, why does it not matter? Because a girl will start to shape herself, her opinions, her habits, her lifestyle according to the man that she's having sex with. That's consistent. I mean, I shared a story yesterday where the girl was like a complete blue-haired liberal with like a poli-sci degree from Columbia or Brown. And she met basically your bearded, ranch-owning, small business, hunting and fishing guy. And now she's a hunting and fishing girl, because girls will become the guy that they're banging. They start picking up his likes and dislikes. Even if they just like a guy, and let's say he pursues baseball, he goes to the different stadiums, he goes to all the pro games, she will start following baseball in order to kind of understand what's going on with him. So what the girl's her interests, political opinions, or any opinions really, they will be molded by being around him. Intelligence, that's a little bit trickier. You got to have a base, but even the smartest women, most of the time, you're basically trying to prevent them from harming themselves, you, or the relationship, no matter how smart they are. So you're really trying to prevent them from like making bad decisions, even the smartest girls. So that's why the things that women think men care about, they don't. Men really drill down to youth, attractiveness, and slimness. And if she can hit those three things plus a pleasant personality, she can literally write her own check in life. And that's the real deal. You know, she has to be able to like bounce back from setbacks relatively quickly. But those, you know, really attractiveness, slimness, and a pleasant personality go a long way, because everybody kind of youth is on a sliding scale. But what you're seeing when women are like all concerned about having a house or a great career or traveling, it's projection. It's what she's looking for in a guy. And that's the real deal. That way you don't get confused. Yeah. And like Jake says, I think I'm in the minority, but I do care about intelligence. I don't want a dumb wife and dumb kids. I respect that. I want a woman who helps with designs for my business, for example. And I think it's something that you naturally tend to gravitate towards. You know, if you want a minimum, and I think like attracts like, you know, you're not going to find extremely intelligent men with extremely unintelligent women. You're just not going to, because there's nothing there. You might see an age gap, but the intelligence quotient is, you know, you're going to see like attracts like. And that's the real deal. And some of these guys are so smart, there's just no way you can keep up. But they have wives that are smart and capable. They can do pretty much anything that's needed to be done. But I don't think it's something that, I think it's one of those things that's naturally attracted to. Guys aren't like thinking this when they're meeting girls and kind of like feeling it out. But again, a boring girl, you know, lower intelligence, you know, you get that boring, they just can't, they're just dumb. They can't hold a conversation. They can't carry a conversation. They just aren't that intelligent. Usually you filter them out pretty quick. You know, they can't text back. They don't know how, you know, everything has to be done for them. Some girls are just very passive. But you will see that. And that's a fair thing. Yes, the intelligence of your children is extremely important, and a lot of it's the genetic lottery. So